This segment of GM Corner is going to feature Mr. John Johnstone. John is the GM COO of Ford Field and River Club in Richmond Hill, Georgia, which is just a little bit south of Savannah. John, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
All right. What was that like for you from a management side to go from golf only at Augusta National to, well, and there may have been some steps in between, that and Ford to where now all of a sudden you're overseeing a lot of different amenities?
Well, my tenure at the Broadmoor, we had a lot of things.
You went to the Broadmoor after
Augusta National.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's a full destination resort.
Okay.
And most of the 5-star, 5-diamond resorts are full destination resorts. So they really have all the amenities, from racket sports, swimming, golf, several golf courses. So I was very familiar with all of that. Now, marina and equestrian, that's a learning.
Yeah.
I never thought I would buy horses in my career.
Yeah.
But now I buy horses.
Okay.
Which means you have to learn about horses, you have to learn about boarding, you have to learn a lot of health for animals, which I'd never learned before.
Okay.
But what's great about it is there's always something to learn. But the key in any great role in leadership is hire great people.
Yeah.
And learn from those great people. Give them autonomy, give them authority, give them empowerment, ask them lots of questions, and they'll teach you. So I don't need to be an expert in equestrian. I just need to learn what experts need to perform at a very high level. And it's the same with boats. We have some small boats, we have some big boats, but again, you hire the right people, they educate you, and ultimately my responsibility is to deliver a world-class product.
Yeah.
I don't have to do it myself. I just have to make sure that someone does it.
Right.
So I have a great team. They teach me all the time, I teach them, and we all grow.
Right. On the member experience side of, let's say, for Ford at Field and River Club, you're located in the Low Country, just south of Savannah, Richmond Hill. Tell us a little bit about that from a historical standpoint. I know that it was formerly Henry Ford's winter home. Tell us a little bit about that legacy and how that's impacted the story of the club that your members are living within.
I think it has the same in common with pretty much every property I've ever worked with. If you have history and culture, and your culture is really driven by your history, at Disney, very strong culture. I worked for Disney. I opened up Euro Disney.
Wow.
Ritz-Carlton, very strong culture. Ladies and gentlemen, serving ladies and gentlemen. The Greenbrier, America's Resort. So that history allows you to develop a real strong culture, and a real strong culture allows you to personalize experiences. Doesn't matter where you are. I've worked in many types of business models. All at the luxury level, but it's really all about having a great culture, core values, commitment to excellence, and always striving to personalize an experience. Sometimes the simple things are more important than truffles, foie gras, caviar, and fancy room nights. It's about using a guest's name, a warm welcome, a fond farewell, sincere experiences. So all of those platforms where I've worked, they all had the same core value, which was strive for exceptional personalized services, make memories. Ultimately, people want memories. They don't mind paying for a great memory. So I just used all of those different experiences and all of those different regions that I've worked in, all of the different cultures and the values, and you cherry pick and you take those with you as you go, and it becomes part of your leadership style, your management style, and really your commitment to excellence.
So for your members at Ford, it being located kind of along the mid-Atlantic side of the country, at one time I believe there was a lot of seasonal membership, a lot of seasonal residents, part-time residents. Now, are you experiencing what's happening around the country with a lot of younger families coming? And by younger families, they're making it more of a permanent resident locale. Is that happening with your membership makeup at the Ford?
It is. It is.
Okay.
Over the last couple of years, 17% of all new members have been at a completely different age demographic. They're between 35 and 49. With that comes young families. And they're not transient. Most of those members are still working, but they're now working from home.
Right.
COVID has changed
sure
the
the
dynamic of the
pandemic,
workplace.
yeah.
It's driven a whole new work culture.
Right.
And we find that those younger members, they're working from home, they're not transient, now we still have a large group, a large demographic that, they'll come in winter and summer in membership of 2 clubs, so the winter and summer,
Right.
based on their weather. And so we still have a lot of that, but we have noticed a lot of new members. Of course, with that comes different offerings. They have different expectations.
Different amenity makeup,
Absolutely,
right?
and they don't necessarily want formality all the time. They appreciate it, they respect it, and they'll enjoy it, but that might be one night a week. The other nights, they want to have a casual experience. They don't want to wear dinner jackets. They want to take the kids. So casual offerings are really, really important to them. And of course, things for the kids. That's a great thing about the Ford Field and River Club is having the marina. We have great fishing. So we have kids camps. We take the kids fishing. We've got many lakes. So I get bass, striped bass in one lake. I get catfish in another lake. We get crappie in another lake. So we'll take them and educate them on how to fish, and start with catfish because it's easy. And then, they once they develop some skill, they move up to catching bass. And of course, we do the same with our adult members as well. So there's a lot of diversity there, which means there's a lot of offering, which means there's a lot of value and ultimately a lot of satisfaction.
Right.
Yeah.
It's great
worked
to
for me.
Thank you so much, John.
You're welcome.
Mr. John Johnston, General Manager, Chief Operating Officer at Ford Field and River Club.